Hello everybody, this is Bonnie Mountford from bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net, and I am doing my workshop videos, my online workshop videos, and for the Celebrate Sunflower class, and this is card number 3 in the class. So let's get started. This is what the card is going to look like when we're done. And this is what you will get in your kit. You will get the card with all the supplies on the inside. So all the sizes for these will be on the screen at the beginning. But this base card right here is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. And I'm going to sit this right aside here. So I'm just going to sit it here. And I'm going to leave my card right here. Now the first thing we want to do is we need a piece of, so you're going to take this piece of Whisper White. You're going to use the Buffalo Check, or if you have your own checkered paper. I know I used a little piece of Daffodil Delight checkered paper in card number 1. But I only had some scraps of that left, so that's why I was able to use it, or I would have tried to use it in this card too for you guys. But I didn't have any more, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell the checkered paper. So I went with the checkered stamp set. So then you're going to take your Bumblebee ink pad, and we're going to stamp this up. That base card is Bumblebee, by the way, too. I should have been telling you the colors. So we're going to stamp this up pretty good. And we're going to need that again, so we're just going to leave that sitting right there. Then we're going to take this card and we're going to put it right down on top. I am going to put, it's a scrap piece of paper. And I'm just pushing. I shouldn't say rub, because if you do rub, hold firmly with this hand and rub with the other hand, because you don't want to rub with both hands and then be moving the paper underneath. That's why I usually tell people not to rub, but then I'm rubbing. But I'm holding it with one other hand. So you just really want to push, or if you do rub, hold with one hand and rub with the other hand. So now we're going to pick this up. And we're going to pick this up, and ta-da! There's our card. So we're going to wipe this off with the baby wipe, or whatever you clean, paper towel. When I have these big stamps like this, or you can use the purple sponge, I just use this, a paper towel, and that seems to work just fine for me. Okay, and then I will put this away. Alrighty, now we're going to, I almost knocked my little trash can on the floor. Now we're going to sponge this, and I'm taking some soft suede ink. So I'm going to bring this out, and I'm going to bring in the soft suede sponge, and I'm just sponging the edges of this. I'm trying to make it kind of look old but fall. And then we're going to need this again in a minute. Now, I made a template, but I made all your guys's look like this, and it's already got pencil marks on it, so you could just cut it. But I wanted to explain to you how I made this template in case you want to make another one, or copy this one before you do everything to it. Then you'll have your own template. But what I did was I just found the center of the top of the card. I found the center. It goes like this. Then I went over, I decided that I wanted this a 1/2 inch on each side. So I measured over a 1/2 inch on each side. And then, I don't even remember what I wanted it down. I wanted it down 1.5 inches. So then I measured down 1.5 inches. So I measured from this point to this point. I should put this in the camera. Measured from this point, from the center of your card to this point, and that gave 1/2 inch. I did that on both sides. Then I measured from that 1/2 inch mark down 1.5 inches. So I measured 1.5 inches down here. So then I had a tick mark down here and a tick mark here. So then I just drew a line. And I did the same thing on both sides, and it gave me this. So then once you have this, you could just cut this straight up. Now you guys have already got yours measured. I did that for you. But if you want to make another one in the future or want this pattern for something else, then either trace it or you can come back and follow the directions of what I did. And I wrote pattern on mine. So there we go. Now we're going to take the old, it's like old paper. I can't remember what it's called. I have to look at the back of the Old World paper and 3D embossing folder. So we're going to take this. It's the Old World 3D embossing folder, and we are going to run this through the emboss. So here it is. It's all looks like wrinkled up paper and all that. I absolutely love this thing. It's embossed like really good on this side, and that's the side I use, the risen side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my soft suede and I'm going to sponge it in here. Depending on how much ink, you might not have to ink it much. And I'm just going to go across these just a little bit. I don't want it like crazy dark. And then I'm going to sponge the outsides of this one. Got to get my handheld punch. Any handheld punch will work. Let's see. This is just a standard handheld punch that you Stampin' Up! Used to sell this one like this, but they don't anymore. And I just kind of went down that far. So we're going to next take our ribbon, and we're going to put the ribbon through the hole like this. If you have a pair of tweezers here, this would work wonderful. I don't have a pair of tweezers, so I usually have to kind of hold it while I do it. But if you have a pair of tweezers, putting a pair of tweezers right on this, let me zoom you in. Oh, there we go. If you had a pair of tweezers to hold this together while you're tying your knot, it would help. But I don't, so I just kind of hold it and put this through here and kind of grab it and then make my one knot. Then I kind of like fiddle with it a little bit to make sure it's what I want. And then I just kind of hold it with my other finger while I'm pushing these through, and I make my other double knot. So you have a little extra twine, and then I just snip it down kind of close to the edge. I just wanted it to hold it like that. And then I'm going to cut this off the top. I may end up shortening that more, but that's where I wanted it for now. And I like this kind of separated a little bit. And this is that bumblebee gingham ribbon. Oh, all right, I'm going to zoom you guys back out. Alrighty, so now we have that piece done and we have that piece done. So now we're going to work on another piece. We're going to take this bumblebee piece of paper, and we are going to take the great big bumblebee, or the sunflower stamp, and the bumblebee ink. And when it's a big stamp like this, I like to stamp like this. So I'm doing like a tone on tone. So now I'm going to stamp this right on here. Like that. And so I have that. Then in your kit you will have this little piece of crumb cake. And we're going to take and we're going to use, oops, I put the soft suede and we still need it. And get the soft suede back out. But we are done with the bumblebee. So we can put that one back. And we're going to stamp this leaf on here 2 times. Okay, like that. While we're stamping, we're going to take the piece of And we're going to put this down, and we're going to take our greeting that says, "Let's celebrate you." You can use whatever greeting you want. I mean, I even think this is a great masculine card. And we're going to stamp it down. Okay. And I'm going to let that sit and dry while I go ahead. And we're going to put the crumb cake away. And we're going to cut out a bunch of parts that we need. Now on this one, we're going to cut out all these leaves and stuff that are in our little base. So you end up using this one and this one from your dies. You use both of the leaves, and you need one of these, but you need two of these. So we're going to put that down like that. I had the leaf in there, and it cut that. Can you see it right there? It cut that area. But I think it's still gonna work. So we're not gonna give up yet. We're gonna try. I might hide it with a leaf or something. So I'm gonna bring this piece back in, trying to be very delicate with my stuff here. I'm gonna trim this off, and with these two leaves, find out, oh, right here's the other one. I am going to overlap them like this. Well, I think I want it this way this time because I have less leaf on this side that I screwed up on. So I'm going to bring in my mat here because we're going to be using glue. And let's see, my little glue. And I'm going to put glue here. And I'll put this right here. Oops. Right here, like that. And then I'm going to take, I can't pick anything up on this mat. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of this, and I'm going to just make it stick out, kind of like this. So there's that glue on that one. And then right where this area is apart, this kind of goes down here. So I'm going to stick some glue here, and I'm going to stick this right here, like that. It's okay, I'm going to make this work. And then I'm going to cut this off. I cut it off so I could separate them a little bit more, like that. And this one doesn't really have to be, but I probably will. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to put glue on the bottoms of these. If I could pick anything up. I don't even have the long nails today, and I still can't pick nothing up. And I kind of put this over here. And then we're going to grab this one. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on it. And I'm going to put this one like right in here. It just kind of all overlays like so. All right, so now I'm going to put this on here, but I popped it up. So I popped it up with dimensionals. So let's get the dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to put this one right about here, like that. Now, what I'm going to do, before I do anything else, I'm going to take and get a scrap piece of crumb cake. Here's a scrap piece. I'm going to get the soft suede back out. I'm going to stamp it up again, right there, like that. I'm thinking this might work. I don't know. Are cute if I add this to the top of the leaf. And then, like this, I was thinking if I, this is just me fixing my mistake. This is not part of something you have to do with your kit. Just don't make the mistake and get a die stuck on your underplate. That's really cute. It'd be maybe fix it a little bit. All right, don't touch it. No more. All right. And now I'm going to put this right across there like that. So that way you don't even see that at all. So I'm going to put that across there. And I think I'm just going to use a little bit of glue since I got it here and it's so tiny. Okay. Oh, I like it. It came out cute. Mine's up a little higher, but I think all in all, because of the mistake I made, I think it looks just fine. Okay, so now let's put the rest of this card together. So now we're going to take and we're going to add some, whatever your favorite adhesive is, and we're going to add some of that all around the card. There we go. And we're going to add this checkered piece right down, just like that. And then I'm going to take and I'm just going to add this right flat, just like that. I think I had these separated a little bit more. Oops! Oh my goodness. I need to stop touching my card. I broke my leaf off now. Oh, I'll have to fix that one later. This will not be one of the giveaways, ladies. And I'll tell you, I give 4 of my cards. I draw a winner of anybody that enters my online classes, and because I have 2 sets, I give 1 whole set away to 1 winner. I just put your names in a hat, and I draw it out, and whoever's name comes out gets my cards that I made. I send them out to you. Okay, and I just added this down, and now I'm going to add a little dab of glue right here, like a tiny, I could squeeze out a tiny, yep, and I'm going to bring in my leaf. I'm wetting my finger, and I'm going to attach it right there so it is not missing a leaf. So what do you guys will have to leave me what you think in the comments below. with my little mistake in fixing it. So I don't think it came out too bad. One thing I think this card could use that I did not use on it was a little wink of Stella. I think this flower could add a little wink of Stella, and it would be really cool. Or if you're going to give it to a guy, I mean, he might like some sparkle, but if he doesn't, then this would be a perfect card. This is the good card. This would be a good card to give to somebody for their birthday or whatever, for definitely a mail card. I think they would love this card. Okay, so now I'm done with this one, and I'll be back in a little bit with card number 4. Bye-bye.